Okay, I'm sorry, guys. All right, I'm gonna give my reaction to the fights real quick. I'm sorry, I got very distracted by this Lakers trade. I couldn't believe it's real, but I'm gonna try to lock in real quick. David Benavidez defeats David Morrell by unanimous decision. Jesus Christ, tongue twister, bro. This thing got me like, this trade got me just. My brain is all mixed. David Benavidez defeats David Morrell by unanimous decision. Let me pull this up. Let me pull the cards up. Wow, 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 wow. What a fight. It was a very, very close fight early. It looked like a firefight. It looked like a fight of the year contender. It looked like a, very evenly matched fight that we expected. But in the end, didn't beat it. Jesus Christ. David Benavidez pulls ahead, wins 115, 111, 115, 11, and 118, 108. So Benavidez moved to 30-0 and a really huge fight at 175. He's looking down the barrel at the winner of Beterbiev Bivol. Hopefully, because you know how boxing goes. If they split in the first two fights, they may go to a trilogy. So I'm almost hoping. I thought Bivol did have an argument for winning of the decision in that first fight, but I almost hope Beterbiev wins just so we can get Benavidez in there in the mix. It would be mad. Benavidez, like I said, he comes out very early, and I'm almost concerned that he's gonna gas out. I'm like, can this dude keep this pace? Like, can a human being keep this pace? This is crazy. He's walking Morrell down, and Morrell's matching the pace early. In those first four rounds, it's very competitive. It's very back and forth. Morrell even has a moment in the fourth round where I thought that he was hurt. He wobbled him. And it was one of the moments that I've seen Benavidez look like that I haven't seen in the past. And yes, he did technically get dropped in the 11th. I thought it was a slip, but I have to rewatch it. But the moment in the fourth round was a lot more of a significant moment to me. Um, so those first four rounds, I thought they split them. On the scorecard that they showed on the broadcast, that's how they had it. First four rounds, it was 2-2. After that, I thought Benavidez, for the most part, took over. Morrell was really struggling with keeping Benavidez off of him. Benavidez, when he fights and when he's dominant and when he's pressing the issue, he likes to be at this range. He likes to be head to head. My head is on your head, and we're brawling. We're on the inside. He likes that inside fighting, and Morrell was not able to break that mold. He was not able to fight on the outside. He was not able to push Benavidez back. I thought a jab would have been very helpful. It's really a couple ways you can keep somebody that's a pressure fighter off of you. You can do it with a sharp jab. You can do it with footwork, or you can do it with just throwing haymakers and making them, kind of scaring them back. He tried to match him with the power shots in the first four rounds, but I think he realized like this is not sustainable for 12 rounds, and I'm gonna have to just kind of cover up and shell up. But when he showed up, Benavidez did not back down. Benavidez continued to come forward. Benavidez continued to go to the body. That left hook to the body was nasty. Probably his best punch of the fight. The left hook to the body with the right uppercut he was landing was the most significant punch he was constantly going back to throughout the whole fight. And Morrell just had no answer. He would shell up here, and when you're shelled up, you're still open to those punches. So he goes to the left hook to the body, he goes to the right uppercut, and Morrell is not able to keep him off of him. He walks him down pretty much the back half of the fight. Morrell has moments where he, goes on spurts and throws power punches back, but he really had no formulated game plan to, pivot off of Benavidez when he tries to come forward or, jab him off of you. He was really just trying to, bully, bully the bully. Benavidez walks forward and throws haymakers. You throw haymakers back to get him off of you. But Benavidez is relentless. Has a great chin, and he wasn't able to scare him back. So Very dominant this fight for Benavidez. Like I said, in the 11th round, they technically called a knockdown for Morrell. To me, it looked like a slip, but maybe it might have been a knockdown. I got to rewatch that um, clip. But then Morrell automatically cancels out that knockdown where he automatically would have had a 10-8 round, automatically would have won that round, would have closed, narrowed the gap on the scorecards. He then throws a punch after the bell and loses that point that he just gained with the knockdown, bringing that round likely to, it would be what, 10, or it went from a 10-8 to a 9-8. So he loses the point there. And instead of being the equivalent of losing or winning 2 rounds, he wins 1. Another thing I hate, man, I hate when fighters are losing and then try to dance in the last 10 seconds. Like, brother, you're down. You should be going for it. It was almost as if Morrell was fighting like he didn't know he was losing. I don't know what his corner was telling him, but he was almost fighting like he was not concerned about losing a decision, like he did not know he was down. And in that last round, they both were kind of shuffling on each other, having some fun, which I love. And I thought the fight, they both brought competitive and entertaining fight. But it didn't seem like Morrell was, like balls to the wall going for it. Like, I know I'm losing this fight, and I know I need a knockout to win this fight right now. Whereas Benavidez never took his foot off the gas from the beginning, even when he's ahead in the fight. Benavidez does it. I mean, that's just his style. He's not going to jab and clinch his way to a decision just because he's ahead. He's going to continue to walk down. He's going to continue to hunt. He's a hunter in the ring. Yeah. Benavidez fought great, but I don't think this told me anything new about Benavidez. It just reaffirmed what I already knew. He's a great fighter. He's very competitive. I will be interested to see him more at this 175 division because that first fight he had up, he had a little bit more trouble than he probably had in this Morrell fight. So seeing him up against, I mean, he looked big in there too. So honestly, when he goes up against Beterbiev or when he goes up against Bivol, I don't think he'll look small with either one of those guys. So interested to see those fights. Interested to see if they ever make the Canelo fight, how that'll go. I'm a big Canelo defender. I was always defending him. I was always saying this isn't as one-sided as you all think. Benavidez is not gonna be able to just run over him. Y'all got Canelo fucked up, basically, is what I was saying. Who knows if we'll see that fight, but I think Benavidez would be the deserving betting favorite, but I would maybe still pick Canelo. I'd have to revisit it. I'd have to think about if they're fighting at 75 or 68. I'd have to watch Canelo's next fight, depending on if it's Crawford or depending on if it's, somebody at 68 or somebody at 75. It depends on what he does next to kind of judge that fight. But if they were to make that fight right now and Benavidez was the betting favorite, I would not be up in arms about that. But I also would not be the person that just says the Mexican monster, Canelo is scared. Canelo knows his time is up. Don't sleep on Big Red. Don't sleep on Cinnamon. But yeah, excellent fight by David Benavidez. Pretty much proved what we already knew about him. Morrell's a promising fighter, but just didn't have it. Put on a hell of a show, though. Great fight. Yeah, great fight. If you guys came through the stream, I appreciate everybody that came through. We'll be live for all the fights. And the next fights we're going to do is probably the UFC, that shitty-ass card that's next week. And then, yeah,